I'm gonna tell you this, no matter where you get a hanger from, they all cheap as hell and they will all break. Like my grandma used to say, strap up twice, okay? She wasn't talking about hangers. She was trying to make sure I was safe. And now I am. Okay, number one, I don't know how you got into my home, but here we are. I'm Jaida Essence Hall, winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12 and your All-Star 7 favorite. Now you're upstairs in my home. Come in. Speeding. Here's the goods. I have been living in Vegas now, I would say, like intermittently for about 3 years, but now I am officially calling her home. Right now, currently, I'm working at RuPaul's Drag Race Live, and I work there usually like 3 months at a time, so I travel a lot for work. I'm working in the show a lot. It just made the most sense that I'm somewhere where I'm close. There's a lot of flights from here. And also, if I'm being honest, I do kind of love the weather a lot. I love burning up, and this is a desert, so it's perfect for me. This finale look was what I wore for our big dancing break number for the Vegas Live. We got to do the first little bit of what people would even see or know would be Drag Race Live. And then how amazing is it that I now get to do that show. Almost like I created my character there, and now I get to live it out on the stage. And before I put this away, quick note, whoever is the person who stole the matching jacket to this, I don't know where you are in the universe, but I will find you, and I will be willing to pay you to give it back. Please, I really need that jacket. It was really cute. It was really cute, and this is not a trap, but please, I want my jacket back. I really want it back. I have lived in Milwaukee all of my entire life, and at this point I am years old. I feel like it's scarier to be in the same space for a very, very long time and then abandon all of that because you have a lot of anchors. So moving to Vegas was kind of scary for me. It was the first time like my family is far away, but I feel like anything that you do in life, if you want it bad enough, you'll make it work out. This is not all the drag. This is like what I have here in my house in Vegas. My universe look, my orange look. So many of my clothes are like in storage in Milwaukee. I'm the type of person that if I have like 45 bins of things, I can tell you what is inside of each one and where everything is. I have a very great memory for my things. And also, a lot of it is like fan art and fan things. Y'all, don't bring us perishable things. Because they will go on my shelf and they might die on that shelf. But I literally keep mostly everything that I receive as like gifts on tour. I value those things a lot. Okay, so I feel like y'all are probably here to see like iconic things and iconic pieces. This is my entrance look. You know it from Drag Race Season 12. This was the look that walked me into history. Hey, bitches! She's here! I love fashion and drag so much together because I kind of found my way to drag through fashion. When I was younger, I would watch Project Runway. Every notebook that I had was like full of sketches of like jeans or like shirts or gowns or swimsuits. I would carry Vogues in my book bag all the time to like middle school, high school. Through like fashion and beauty, I found drag. And it kind of tied it together for me because I did feel like the fashion world I often felt like on the outside of, and then through drag, I find my most fabulous self all the time. Y'all, this right here is, if you saw when we did the political debate, look over there, which your girl ate. This look was literally the pioneering look that gave me space to create the red, white, and blue look. But if you have a costume like this with all these little sequins, do not ever make the mistake to think that you could wear this with long, gorgeous hair because you want to feel your fantasy. It would go from a fantasy to a nightmare. To go into season 12, knowing that mostly every single thing that I had there to wear, I had done myself. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think I was very confident. There were a few other things that I had that people made for me, and when I got there, it always boiled back down to me choosing something that I had created because I felt the most confident in it, and I felt like it spoke the loudest about who I was. Now, this look, I feel like a lot of people will probably recognize because this is probably one of my most iconic looks. I had this idea in my mind to do this look for a while. I really wanted to wear this look for me. And then it turned out that I really needed to wear this look to save me, because this was the moment that I found myself in the bottom with Heidi and almost wrecked my entire Drag Race run. But the dress came in handy, especially for the fact that we had to lip sync to Prince. Honey, in purple, I don't know. It felt destiny, and it felt like I was gonna come and get mine. Ooh, that was a rough week, but that look. This look I am obsessed with. My designer from the house of JMC, Julian Mendez. This corset he did for me, like the weight on here, it feels very like Schiaparelli, very couture, very expensive, and it fits my body like a goddamn glove. So quick shout out to all the designers. We couldn't be showing our closet if we didn't have people who were making amazing pieces for us. So this was for right before we decided I was going into the finale. And this dress, as you can see, like from Little Stones, this is when I used to be heavy into my big titty era, okay? We stepped back because those titties are heavy to fly with, and every time you fly, those titties are like 10 pounds. You only get 50 in a bag. 20% of your bag is titty is crazy, okay? So I had to stop doing that. I think that in my drag, when I would wear my breasts, I felt like my breasts were like the ultimate sign of like womanhood, which I think that they are absolutely amazing. But I realized that like the size or if they're how they look is not determined like what my drag is or if I'm being woman enough or not. As long as the things that you wear, they fit you and they compliment you and you feel great and you look amazing in those things, then rock it and ride it out. Now, this is also one of my favorite looks. Joshua Ponte did this for me. And all of this is like airbrushed. I wore this originally for Drive and Drag, which if y'all went to Drive and Drag, y'all, we were really just making things work. And then I had to bring her back out to Drag Race, honey, because we had a lip sync moment. And I brought this to whoop on Trinity the Tuck, honey. And unfortunately, she whooped me in that lip sync, and that began the downfall of my lip sync losing streak. Hey bitches, she's back. Now, let me tell you this, y'all. One thing about me is I'm not a very good hairstylist. So I was in my room the entire morning getting ready for this look, and I was panicking boots because I had my hair in a box and I did not take care of it properly, so I was in the room struggling to figure it out. How could you not love this? I mean, come on, look at that. Y'all, cute shoulder pads, cute attitude. I feel like very 80s. I feel like if I was like had a rhinestone glam motorcycle, I would be in a cute like gay, gorgeous motorcycle gang. And we would ride around spreading love and positivity and drinking beer. Going into season 7 of All Stars, I was extremely excited because the first time that I prepared for season 12, it was so much work to have to tackle such a heavy load of sewing by myself. But going into the next season, there were its own challenges. So sometimes it's like communicating with the designer or flying to New York for overnight, just do a fitting to pick up a look. But I had a lot of amazing things. Each designer that I worked with turned it out, and we came up with some amazing things and made some more iconic runways. Look, y'all, as you can probably tell, I have put this look through it. There are like seams here to fix like holes. There are like crazy thumbs and fingers. When I received this look for our promo for All Star 7, this look was like what I had dreamed of in my mind. I wanted to go for like a super glam, burlesque-y, crystalled out fantasy. And I feel like my designer, House of JMC, like nailed it perfectly. Oh, my favorite, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby. Yeah! Y'all, this is one of my favorite looks ever in history. Joshua Ponte did this for me, and we had to do a pleather runway. Now, I am such a nerdy person when it comes to certain things, like The Matrix or like Star Wars-y kind of vibe. So when he said The Matrix, that sent me screaming and was right up my alley. I immediately imagined Jada Pinkett Smith. And mind you, I found out that Jada Pinkett Smith saw that look, and she was living. Run and tell that. This look right here, this was a design challenge look. I mean, we had to do looks inspired by RuPaul's iconic looks just throughout time. This one was inspired by his look from the Divas show on VH1. For me, this one was kind of a no-brainer when everybody was choosing what fabric they wanted. I'm like, please let this be a choice for me because I want to do something very disco-y, something real fun, something really like shaky with some movement and attitude, and it was giving glam, okay? If you know like you know, and you love drag and you love glamour, this is like one of the most iconic looks that I've ever done. All-Star 7, as much as I would love to say that that was a more difficult season of Drag Race for me because it is the next level, I think being there with my sisters, they completely made All-Star 7 feel so much more comfortable. I think we each all had a better sense of ourselves there too. And it just made it feel so much easier to roll with. When I did season 12, it was like, girl, go and win and change your life. Change your life, change your life. And that was like the heavy focus. Whereas All-Star 7, it was a little bit more laid back because I knew what I wanted to do when I went there. I wanted to just have a good time. I wanted to showcase myself as best as possible. And I thought to myself, the world is watching me. The people who know me love me. They love me and we're gonna have a good time together. Mwah. And the people who don't know me or who don't love me are gonna love me. Hello, wake it up. Yes! Okay, y'all, I had to create this look on Drag Race on All-Star 7. And what I loved the most about this look was because it completely threw me for a loop. One thing that I was hoping for was that I did not receive the color black. And lo and behold, out of all of the colors that I could receive, I got black. I felt like it was important for me to make sure I like added texture, added details, and like, yeah, we turned it out. And she brought me a legendary legend star. This was my look for our talent show look right before we went into our final episode for All-Star 7. We went with red and black and white, trying to give like a basketball vibe. And this was like very heavily inspired by a look by Michael Ingo. Of course, I had to represent my season by putting the 12 on there. More season 12 on Drag Race. There are way too much talent on season 12, so I want to see some more on TV. I think that I've learned the most about myself. I don't know if y'all saw on All-Star 7, I was sitting down and I was having a conversation with Ru about, I have had before in my mind that I have to be a certain way. So there was always this line between, what is the difference between you and your drag persona? And like, no, we're completely different. I'm more this and she's more femme and she's this and that. And it all kind of stemmed from like where I grew up. Generally, there is a one way in that neighborhood, in that area, that you kind of have to look in order to survive. And so for me, going to Drag Race and having like the conversation with Ru about like how the show has changed me, and me sitting in front of him in like dress pants covered in stars, which is something that I would have probably always seen in the store and thought, oh, those are so cute, but I would have never, ever chosen to make a purchase like that or to wear those pants. But I think it's because like going through the show and watching myself back and then also hearing back positive feedback about the way in which you're choosing to represent yourself feels really good. So I don't know if you noticed, but when I went back to All Stars, I felt more liberated in a way that I hadn't before. And I do want to say thanks to Drag Race for doing that for me because it did like help me build my confidence a lot. After doing this for so long, after winning the show and working alongside like my sisters, I've learned that it's not about what you do on the show. It's not always about the clothes. You want to make impactful big moments, but I really genuinely do think that it's about your heart, what you showcase to people, and how you treat people. At the end of the day, I think that's legacy. The best thing you can put on is a good energy and a good attitude with people. It really comes down to the way that you treat people and your professionalism and about you being who you are. The last look that I'll show y'all that I have in this closet today is one sitting on 4 hangers, okay? This I wore for DragCon, but this is also by JMC. This look is a look that was owned by Megan-Thee-Stallion that she wore for iHeartRadio, and then she I guess had no further need for it at all in any sort of way. And so I bought it. These shoulder pieces were originally on this look on the hips, but then when Megan got it, she said, take them off the hips. I already got hips. This is something like Queen Amidala would have had on, you know, maybe not the bodysuit. I feel very like, when I wear it. I think what is next for me, I really do think the sky is the limit. I'm gonna be in Vegas still, so I'll be doing a lot more of the show, but I am also working towards like maybe some acting things. We will see what the future holds, but I do look forward to doing a lot more drag. I look forward to looking a lot more gorgeous, and I look forward to stuffing my wardrobe with brand new cute. So look forward to seeing y'all, and I hope y'all look forward to seeing it. Wake it up. Yay! Out of the closet officially now. All right, y'all, I hope y'all had a great time looking through my closet, being nosy. You found your way in, and now it's time for you to see your way out. Goodbye.